you doing? How you doing? It's a pleasure to be here to be reading for you. I hope you're doing really good. I hope you're really great. I know we are wrapping up Leo season, and I hope you had a great Leo season. And even if it wasn't the best Leo season, I hope you were able to at least set your intentions for what you want the next year ahead to be like for you. So what I want to do is take a quick moment and be able to look through, and I don't want to play prophet here, so keep that in mind, but I want to be able to take a look through Spirit's lens, and I want to be able to see what is the most prevalent or relevant thing you need to know at this time, especially with us moving into the fall season, especially with us moving into September, what needs to be conveyed. So Leo, let's hop into this. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what is it that Leo needs to know at this time? Let's see what we have here. We have awakening. We have tarot cards, which is guidance. And we also have responsibility. So let me show you what we have here. If I can pick up the cards. So we have awakening, tarot cards, guidance, and responsibility. First thing that comes to mind here, Leo, let me get these out the way. First thing that comes to mind here is hospice, hospitals, healing. I don't know if maybe I'm speaking to a Leo who works in the medical field, a medical assistant, an LPN, RN, somebody who is dealing with the medical professional, somebody that is needing to be very attentive to their health needs. And then I also go into holistic medicine. So maybe somebody's trying a different way of healing modalities. Maybe somebody's wanting to become more of a holistic person that's using holistic remedies or methods for their own well-being and self-care. Just a side message, not to get caught up on that. But the bigger picture here for you, Leo, which I think is interesting, is you're in a weird space. It's not a bad space. You know, I don't see you being in destitute. It's not a bad space. But there is this weird, hazy, blurry, grainy, like you can't really decipher it. You don't really know what life is doing. It's kind of like life is lifing, but it's not, you know, it could be worse, but it's not. But it's not where we would like for it to be either. You're in a weird spot. I hope I'm making sense. You're in a really weird spot. What I think is important though is that it feels like Spirit is trying to use you at this time. And this is where I go back to where I was picking up that hospital energy and going into healing and different healing modalities. Because Leo, you may have been a person where, I don't know, maybe as of late, maybe your intuition is feeling more heightened. Maybe your instinct is just feeling more active. Maybe intuitively you're getting specific downloads, and we may not be able to make sense as to why all of a sudden, why is this period of time I'm getting all this instinctual knowledge from the other side? Why am I getting more connected than I usually am? Why is things seeming more intense or maybe heavier in the sense of how well you can connect with Spirit or your angels or to the other side? It's like, it's almost like when somebody is constantly poking you, right? Somebody's just constantly poking you, and after a while it becomes like torture, because it's like, stop poking me, stop touching me. I'm not saying this feels like torture to you, because I don't want you to take this to the extreme, but it's like Spirit is trying to like nudge at you, whether it is through your intuition, your dreams. Maybe you have certain spiritual gifts or abilities, and Spirit is trying to utilize or harness those methods that you are able to tap into to like signal something to you. And that's what this feels like. It's like you're being signaled for something. I think what's very important, especially when Spirit is trying to connect us to the larger picture, or at least trying to speak to us, is being able to transcribe what Spirit is telling us, being able to translate what Spirit is telling us. And I think this is where it comes back to you, Leo, at this time, is spiritually, what do you do? What do you use to really connect with Spirit? So if I was to even go into the Spirit, right, because we have tarot cards, which is through guidance. It's like, let's say for an example, you have a dream and it's like, it was so real and it was so intense, and you obviously know that Spirit or your angel, somebody's trying to tell you something, but you just don't know what it is. Again, this goes back to that grainy, blurry effect. This is you needing to figure out whether it is tarot, whether it is through astrology, whether it is through any other type of metaphysical or esoteric tool that you can use to be able to start translating what spirit is telling you. Whether you're wanting to become a tarot reader or you're getting into tarot yourself, maybe you're starting to harness and really utilize your psychic abilities and figuring out how you can really understand certain psychic gifts you have. Whether this is the ability to use candle magic or even pendulums, things that really tap you in, where you can start to transcribe what you're being told to really get the answers for yourself. And I normally don't go off into these real heavy, like spiritual, like connected to the other side kind of messages. I genuinely try not to, because I don't want to sound all crazy, because I normally feel like I sound crazy when I start doing that. But that's what's being told to you, because the larger picture of this, right? Leo, you got some responsibilities on your plate. Currently, actively, and also pending to be placed on your plate. Whether this is financial responsibility that's becoming a little too heavy, whether it's the responsibility of your kids and you just need a break, whether it's the responsibility of your work and career life and trying to figure out that, maybe it's the responsibility of your livelihood and sustainability. You currently have things on your plate, or things that are getting ready to be placed on your plate, that is a lot. And it's like that feeling of holy shit, how do I maneuver this? How do I handle this? Okay, which way do I need to move? Which way do I need to pivot? How do I go about really swimming through the responsibilities that are on my plate that at times can feel like it's drowning me? And that's why I'm saying to you, it's like you're picking up this heaviness when it comes to your connectivity to the others, because the spirit's trying to connect to you directly. It's like you can sit here and watch a tarot reading, or watch this tarot reading, or go to a psychic, or get your chart read. But spirit wants to talk to you one-on-one, baby. It ain't between me, you, and spirit. Spirit wants to connect to you one-on-one. Spirit's trying to talk to you one-on-one. Spirit's trying to give you the game one-on-one. Spirit's trying to give you the guidance on a one-on-one level, not a third party in the way. So spirit is trying to, through certain experiences that may feel a little more paranormal at this time for you, spirit is trying to get you to say, hey, wake up, come talk to me. Talk to me directly. Find something you can use that you'll be able to understand to translate what the hell I'm trying to tell you, because I'm trying to help guide you and give you the game through these responsibilities, so that way you can take some of this responsibility off your plate, so that way you know how to go about handling these responsibilities, so that way you know how to manage and maintain these responsibilities right now. Spirit is wanting to talk to you personally, you directly. So I would ask you, Leo, how do you connect with spirit? How do you talk to spirit? Obviously, y'all see what I do here. I use tarot to talk to spirit, and I know cards well, and that's how I use it to translate what spirit is trying to tell me on a personal level and on a professional level. But what do you use? How do you understand and transcribe what spirit is telling you? So that is what's coming through. And I want to see a little bit further. West Indies, the Caribbean is coming through. I don't know if somebody's ancestry goes back to that area or to that region. Tell me, what else are you trying to tell me for my Leos? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. I don't want to say you're denying your intuition, because I do think you're connected, and if you're here watching me on this channel, you are in some way, shape, or form. I don't care the largeness of the severity. You are still connected to your spiritual side in some way. I think, especially when we have responsibilities on our plate right now, and some of these responsibilities are pressing, we may be moving more into a logic and action-oriented state. And a lot of times we do that either out of desperation, either out of pressure, either out of survival instinct, or either out of time constraints, right? And we gotta hurry and get stuff done. Things are really pressing. Things are time sensitive. So instead of going into our intuitive side and really allowing spirit to talk to us, to show us and give us the game and the guidance, I think we're going more into the logic and action-oriented space of like, okay, I know this is a situation that may be dire, or that I need to resolve right now, or that I need to fix, or I need to get handled. So let me figure out, let me think this through. And don't get me wrong, I will never tell you to deny your logic. I will never tell you to deny being action-oriented. Both those things are equally as important. But a lot of times when we tend to kind of push our intuition to the side, because now we're in this action-oriented space of got to get something done, and we're looking solely at logic, you can miss a lot of steps that you won't even have the foresight of seeing because you're not listening to your intuition. You're not counting in your intuition. You're not including that aspect of this. It's great to be action-oriented and thinking logically, but it's even better when you can do it from an intuitive space where your gut is saying, no, let me not do this, and let's think of another plan, or let's take action another way, because my gut is telling me this ain't the right decision. But a part of us is suppressing that and still trying to make moves and take action on things without really including what spirit is trying to guide us towards, or where spirit wants us to go, or where spirit is trying to place us. Can you tell me about this Three of Pentacles? Temperance. Slow the hell down. Slow the hell down. Slow the hell down. I get it. When life starts lifing, when bills are coming, when situations are happening, when our love life is starting to turn out a certain way, when the career is looking a certain way, whether it's growing or whether it's declining, or we're not seeing any movement, when our family is a certain way, when our kids are being a certain way, yes, we got to get something done. We got to get it handled. And I get it. You are a fire sign. You are action oriented. Slow is not naturally in your nature. You got to go and handle and get the hustle going. But you will miss a lot of steps that you can't even calculate in advance, because we're just solely looking on what is in our present right now. Spirit's telling you to take a damn step back and look at the big picture of everything. What is your gut telling you? Come talk to me. Figure out a way that we can talk one-on-one, where you can get my messages directly from the source. Figure out a way. I will show you through it. I will guide you through it. I will walk you through it, but you got to come to me. And when you come to me and I can start to show you through these certain methods, right? Whether it's through tarot, astrology, whether it's through psychic abilities or any type of gifts, being clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, clairaudient, whatever it may be, you can now incorporate that into your action and into your logic. And now we can start putting the pieces together of not only the foresight of things that may be happening or that will happen that instinctually may or may not align with you, but then we can also look at the steps logically and practically and in an action-oriented way to actually move us to the outcomes we want, or get us away from the outcomes we don't want. But this is all up, I don't want to say it's all up to you, because it's not. Spirit's trying to work with you. But spirit needs you to work with spirit. That's what it is, okay? Spirit needs you to work with spirit too. So I'm telling you this, Leo, figure out, how do you connect? And not connect by just knowing like, okay, I know spirit's with me. I know my angel's with me. God got me. God got my back. I know that. But the things you are feeling on a core soul level, how are you able to articulate that? How are you able to really communicate that? And through getting those messages from spirit, when we are able to use some form of tool to really translate that, now we can actually put word to feeling, word to instinct, word to our intuition of, okay, this is what spirit is telling me. Spirit is telling me to do this. Spirit is telling me to stay away from that. Maybe I need to move forward this way, and then also leave this to the side. But you do have responsibilities that I see are urgent or that are pressing and that you are having to handle. This can come down more so specifically to finances for quite a few of you, whether it's financially related or even career related. Whether you got your career is taking off and growing and you need to figure out what to do next or how to keep things growing in momentum, or maybe you're wanting your business or career just to start showing some movement or start getting some momentum. Maybe we're trying to look for a job. Maybe we just lost a job. You know how it all goes. You know, I can tell you the stories for days. We know how life is. But Spirit's wanting to talk to you on a one-on-one level. So figure out how you can start talking to Spirit one-on-one, and Spirit is going to show you some shit. Spirit's going to show you some stuff, all right? Leo, I'm going to leave this here. Just a little quick reading for you going into September. So know that I love you. I wish you well. I wish you greatness. I wish you the best. Of course, you know I love you. You know we family. So happy Labor Day around the corner. If I don't see y'all by then. And bye, Leo.